Samuel was a carpenter. His hands were rough and calloused. They told the story of a life spent working with wood. For over 40 years, he built homes for families in his town. Samuel took pride in his work. He believed in doing a job right. He saw every house as more than just wood and nails. Each one was a place where memories would be made. Samuel wasn't a fast worker. He didn't cut corners, he took his time. He measured twice and cut once. He knew that a house built right would stand the test of time, and that was important to Samuel. He wanted to leave his mark on the world. The years flew by like sawdust on a windy day. Before Samuel knew it, he was getting older. His bones ached a little more each morning. The saws and hammers felt heavier in his hands. He started to dream of retirement. Samuel looked forward to spending more time with his wife and grandkids. He wanted to sit on his porch and enjoy the fruits of his labor. One day, Samuel decided it was time. He walked to the lumber yard where he had been a fixture for decades. He found his boss, Mr. Thompson, stacking wood. Mr. Thompson was a kind man. He had always treated Samuel fairly. Samuel told him he was ready to hang up his hammer. Mr. Thompson listened patiently. He understood Samuel's desire to retire, but he also knew that Samuel's craftsmanship would be sorely missed. "Samuel," Mr. Thompson said, "I know you're ready for some rest, but I have one last favor to ask. Could you build just one more house? It would mean a lot to me." Samuel hesitated. He had worked hard his whole life. Retirement was calling, but Mr. Thompson had always been good to him. And how could he say no to one last job? It seemed like a small request. "All right, Mr. Thompson," Samuel said, "one last house it is." Samuel started the house the next day. He tried to work with the same care he always had, but something was different this time. He couldn't shake the feeling that retirement was just around the corner. He started to rush his work. He used cheaper materials. He didn't pay as much attention to detail. Weeks later, the house was finished. It stood there looking like all of Samuel's other houses, but Samuel knew better. Deep down, he felt a pang of disappointment. He had let his standards slip. Mr. Thompson met Samuel at the house. He had a strange look on his face. "Samuel," he said, "this house is for you. It's my gift to you for all your years of hard work." Samuel was stunned. This wasn't just any house, this was his house. He walked through the rooms, noticing all the flaws he had tried to ignore. The crooked window, the uneven floorboards. He saw his reflection in the window and barely recognized himself. What had he done? That night, Samuel couldn't sleep. He had spent his life building homes that would last, homes that families would cherish. And now he was left with a constant reminder of the time he didn't give his best. It was a hard lesson to learn. But Samuel realized something important. Integrity, like a house, is built brick by brick, job by job. And in the end, you have to live with what you build.